Okay, listen up. Today is important. The beauty industry is full of claims like non-toxic and vegan and organic. But how do you find products that are actually good for you and good for the planet and actually work? As an integrative nutritionist and health and wellness expert, I have worked with a lot of women, and they all seem to have one thing in common: overloaded detoxification pathways. And that's why this topic today is so important. Our world today is incredibly toxic, and there are chemicals everywhere. Some we can't control, but some we can. We can control what we are putting on our body. And before any of these women that come to me can start to unload their toxic body burden and start to heal and feel better, the first thing they need to do is stop putting toxins all over their body every single day. And that's why I wanted to make this video for you guys today. I want to show you how you can do that. I want to show you what products you can use that will actually work and are actually good for you and good for the environment too. I was going to film a little makeup tutorial because everyone does those and they look so cute, but then I realized I don't really know how to do makeup. I'm not good at it, and you do not want to learn from me. Maybe next time I'll film another video and I'll hire a makeup artist to come over and she can show you exactly how to use the products. But I mean, I did my own makeup and I think it looks pretty decent. So I'm going to tell you how I did it, but I'm not going to give you a tutorial because I will leave that to the experts. Let's back up for a second though and talk about why this is important. So most people think that the government regulates the health and safety of the products that we use every day, but unfortunately that is not true. Out of the 18,000 chemicals in usage in the beauty industry today, the vast majority of them remain untested. And this is fun, we haven't had any meaningful beauty laws changed since 1938. And even then, it was only a 2-page document. This is not protecting us, guys. These 18,000 chemicals that I'm talking about can disrupt your endocrine system. Sometimes they are almost identical to our body's natural hormones. And because of this, they're very disruptive to the way that our hormones function. This can lead to hormonal acne, estrogen dominance, infertility, and more. In addition to being endocrine disruptors, some of these chemicals that are in our beauty supply are heavy metals. A study done in 2010 on 400 different lipsticks found that 100% of them contained lead. The World Health Organization has said that there is no safe level of lead. So why is it in our lipstick? And in case you didn't know, you eat a lot of your lipstick. Not on purpose probably, but it's on our lips, it's right by our food. It comes in our mouths when we are drinking, when we are eating. Sometimes we lick our lips by accident. And over the course of your lifetime, you are going to eat a lot of lipstick. And I promise you, you do not want to eat lipstick that has lead in it. Now, lipstick is just one example. I want you to think about how many products you use in a day. Add those all up in your head. Think about how many chemicals you're using. First, you're gonna brush your teeth, then you wash your hair, then you use conditioner, then you use shower gel, you wash your face, you use toner, you use serum, you use lotion, you use body lotion, and then there's all the makeup. Like I said before, we have the lipstick, but then there's the blush and the bronzer and the highlighter and the mascara and the eyeliner and the eyeshadow and the foundation and the primer. And then there's anything else that you might put on your hair, like the mousse and the hairspray and your dry shampoo, which by the way, I can't live without dry shampoo, and on it goes. Now let's say that each of those products has 10 deadly chemicals in it and you just use 15 products every single day. That means that every single day you are putting 150 deadly products on your body. And what happens when you put it on your body is it is absorbed into your skin and then it's straight into your bloodstream. From there, it's free to circulate wherever it would like, causing damage to organs, bones, tissues, hormones, and more along the way. And did you know that most toxins are fat soluble? What that means is that they can build up and be stored in your fat. Now, our bodies are smart and they want to protect us. So when they see a toxin come in, they are going to shove it into your fat cell to try to protect you from allowing that toxin to circulate and cause damage to organs and tissues. The more toxins we have, the harder it becomes to lose weight. In the body's effort to protect us from these toxins, it will hold on to the fat cells. So if you have been trying everything for a really long time to lose weight and you just can't do it, there is a possibility that toxins are impairing your ability to lose weight. weight, both because of the storage capacity and then also they might be disrupting your hormones, and hormones need to be balanced in order to help us maintain a healthy weight. Okay, so between the heavy metals, the toxins, the endocrine disruptors, and the weight gain, I'm guessing I have your attention by now, which is good because this is really scary stuff and it's truly important. As you can see, I'm really passionate about it, and so I'm really glad that you're here to listen to this video so that I can help you remove some of these toxins from your life. Another big area of toxins is cleaning supplies. I have another video on that that's going to play at the end of this one. So stay tuned if you want to figure out how to remove toxins both from your beauty supplies and from your household supplies. Okay, so I bet I know what you're thinking right now. You're probably thinking, crap, she's going to tell me to use coconut oil and smear that all over my face and use crushed beetles for blush. No, I am not going to tell you to do that. I did, however, use things of that nature for quite some time and it was awful. I mean, come on, does it look like I'm wearing insects for makeup? This looks pretty good, especially given the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing. This is high performance makeup. It goes on really well and it stays on really well. When I first started my health journey, I was really sick and I was desperate. I was willing to do anything to get better. And so one of the things that I did was I threw out all the makeup that I owned and I bought all this really hippie, organic, crunchy makeup. It was very weird and none of it worked good at all. There was one blush where they wanted you to take the powder and put a little bit in this special jar and then add a little bit of water and then blend it with a brush and then put it on and then let it dry and then reapply. And who has time to take 20 minutes a day putting on blush? Like, that is ridiculous. I cannot handle that. So I was so excited when I found the line that I'm going to tell you about in this video. I'm going to show you what I use, and it is Beautycounter. So Beautycounter has what they call the never list. They have 1,500 chemicals that they have banned from usage in their own products. Now that is more than any other country in the world. Now, one more thing that you need to know about pigments in general. Remember how I mentioned heavy metals? Now, heavy metals can cause neuroinflammation. They are also endocrine disruptors, and they can cause nutrient deficiencies in the body, as well as a whole host of other problems. Where are they coming from? In addition to that lead being found in all of those mainstream lipsticks that were studied in 2010, many of the more natural companies have also been shown to have heavy metals. You're probably wondering why at this point. Now, a lot of these natural companies are using minerals from the earth. They're selling it to you as this is minerals, this is natural, this is from the earth. But here's the problem with that. Our earth has a lot of heavy metals in it. And when they are using those pigments that are directly from the earth, a lot of them can be very, very high in heavy metals. Now, Beautycounter tests with Tufts University through third-party lab testing for heavy metals 3 times before they will release a product to ensure that there are not heavy metals in their pigments. Sometimes you will see more of a natural pigment base in their makeup. Sometimes you'll see something synthetic, but that doesn't mean that it is going to be bad for you. Again, remember, they've banned 1,400 dangerous chemicals from their products. So if you see a color in there, it's because that version is a lot better for you than the natural version that might have heavy metals present. So like I said, it's not up to our governments to protect us. We really have to do it ourselves. And Beautycounter has gone ahead and done that for us. They have also partnered with EWG.org, Environmental Working Group. All of the products are EWG.org verified to be safe. So that makes it so much easier. You don't have to go and search product by product, line by line. You know that everything that's in Beautycounter is safe. Another thing that I really like about Beautycounter is they are actively trying to change those outdated and archaic laws that I told you about that are not protecting us. They are lobbying to try to get better laws passed to protect us. They also are constantly working on the sustainability of their products. Currently, they are trialing glass bottles to be reused, and they care about the people that make their products. If you haven't heard about this yet, the mica industry, which is like the cute little sparkly flakes in our eyeshadows, has been exposed for using horrifying child labor practices. Beautycounter will only work with certain minds that they know have been vetted for being safe and do not use any child labor. So for me, that's really, really important to know that what I'm using and what I'm putting on my face is not damaging me, is not damaging the environment, and is not damaging any children. Now, one last thing that I want to tell you about Beautycounter before I get into showing you kind of what products I use is the fact that they do use preservatives, but they are not toxic or harmful preservatives. So there's some companies out there that claim, oh, we're fully organic, we have no preservatives, we have no chemicals, but the fact that they're not using preservatives can actually be really dangerous. What that means is there's nothing to protect that product from mold growth and bacterial growth. Now, I suffered from acne for a very long time, and to be honest, I still struggle with it sometimes. And the worst thing that you can do for acne is to smear a bunch of fungal mold or bacteria all over your face. So for me, having a product that I know is protecting against that is really important. Okay, first let's look at what I use in my shower. This is running out, which is why it has no cap, but this is Beautycounter's body wash. It's citrus, so it's really refreshing, it smells really good, and all of the fragrances in here are natural. Then we have my Beautycounter shampoo and conditioner. Now, the reason why that natural fragrance is important is that the word fragrance can mean anything in the beauty industry. It is not regulated by the FDA. So it can be a soup of a bunch of different chemicals, and they can just slap the word fragrance on it, and they don't have to actually tell us what's in the products. But with Beautycounter, everything is labeled, and what they use to make it smell nice is natural essential oils. Next up, lipstick. I have so many. This one is the sheer lipstick, and it goes on and stays on a little bit more sheer. This one is Rose. Rose and Petal are two of my favorites for that. And the ones that are in the darker tubes are less sheer. They're more of a heavy coverage. So I've got a lot of different kinds of pink and red. And today I'm wearing this one, which is Daydream. And then I put a little bit of Cafe over the top of it to tone it down a little bit. And then I love the glosses because they are not sticky, so your hair doesn't stick in them, which is really gross. This one is Peony, and this is my absolute favorite gloss. I've rebought this a million times. Now we have the blush. This one is Dune, and this is what I'm wearing today. And then this is the blush that I'm wearing today, which is Bloom and Tulip. So it's got a little bit of a lighter and a darker, and I just blend them together because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sure somebody that does makeup would do something different with that, but there you have it. This is well loved and well used, and I can no longer read the back, but I think that this is the Romance palette in Velvet, and this is what I have on my eyes right now, and I feel like it's really good for like going out, and I feel like this is kind of a good going out makeup. You can use some of the darker ones like in the crease, and then this is a really, really dark gray, almost a charcoal, that you can use along your lash line as a liner. And these are really great highlighters. This one's very sparkly. I don't use that one very often. But these ones on the edges are really good for just like a daytime look. And then if you're going out, you can add some of the more dramatic, darker ones. So that's what I have on my face right now, is exactly what I just showed you. If you want to give Beautycounter a try for yourself, there will be a link below to two things. Number one, I am offering free skin consultations. All you've got to do is click on the link, and it's going to take you to a forum where I can work directly with you to pick out the very best makeup, body wash, skincare line, whatever that's going to be right for you. The second link that you're going to find is going to just take you right to Beautycounter. If you want to skip all that, if you know what you want and you want to buy it, go for it. So you're going to find both of those links below. Now, remember guys, out of those 18,000 chemicals that are used in the beauty industry today, very little have been banned in the US. Do you want to know how little? 30. The US has banned 30. Canada has banned 600, the European Union has banned 1,300, and Beautycounter, like I said, has banned 1,500. Now, I'm not saying you need to take everything you own and throw it all in the trash like I did back in the day when I was sick and I was desperate. You can go one thing at a time if you want. If you notice that you are about to run out of your favorite, potentially lead-covered lipstick, that would be a really great time to hop on and find a safer alternative. Like I said, Beautycounter is all environmental working group verified, so I trust them and they are my go-to, and you can see that is all that I use. If you want to investigate a different brand, however, you can go on environmentalworkinggroup.org yourself and type in that brand and see what kind of a rating it gets before you decide if it is safe or not. If you are going to take the slow approach and go one thing at a time as you're running out, you might want to think about starting with the things that you use every single day. Now, I don't wear lipstick every single day. This is actually really rare for me to have this much makeup on. I did this for the video, and I'm going out to dinner tonight with my husband because I figured if I'm putting this much makeup on, I might as well get double duty out of it. But I digress. I don't usually wear a lot of makeup and especially not lipstick. So for me, lipstick might be a lower priority. Body lotion, I cannot live without it. Every time I get out of the shower, I have to cover myself with body lotion or it just feels weird to me. So for me, that's high up on the list of something that I want to make sure that I have a really safe one because I am putting it on every single day without fail. So my advice to you would be twofold. One, as you start to use things up, try to replace them with healthier ones. And two, try to pay the most attention, especially in the beginning, to things that you're using every single day because these micro exposures to all of these toxins add up. And in the end, what we get is what I'm seeing in my practice is women that are sick and tired and their hormones are disrupted and nothing is working right anymore. So I highly recommend that you really think about what you're putting on your body and get started today switching over to safer beauty. Your health is so worth it because without your health, what do you have? So like I said, check out those links below. One is for the free skincare consultation and the other is to get started buying Beautycounter today. And one last important thing that you need to know is Beautycounter has a 60-day empty bottle money back guarantee. What that means is that you could essentially use up the entire bottle and then decide you don't like it and send it back and they will give you a full refund so you can try a different one of their products. So don't be scared about trying something that you think might not work for you. They have a great return policy and so you're always able to swap it out and try something different. Here's to wishing you safer beauty.